Hey guys, so my name is Chris Quinn, and I'm going to be giving a presentation on the streaming entertainment industry, and such as big players as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and such platforms as those. And I'm going to give you my analysis of how the industry is, competing in terms of Porter's five driving forces, but also environmental forces. I mean, that's what this chapter is about, and considering my own opinion and what platform I use in the streaming industry, and my analysis on it as well. Um, so first, I like to define, the definition of the entertainment or the streaming entertainment industry. It's known as an online provider of entertainment that delivers the content over an internet connection to the subscriber. So right now the industry is valued at 50.11 billion in 2020 and is expected to reach a growth rate of 21% by 2028. Um, you know, I know me personally, having TV at home, especially, like the history of it. I remember when I was a kid, of course, every kid watches TV, but we kind of did it in a different way. Like we used to have VCR tapes, CDs, and if we wanted to watch a movie, we'd have to go to companies that don't really exist right now, like Blockbuster, and just be able to get a VCR tape or CD and play it, do a DVD player or a VCR player, and times have changed tremendously since I was 9 or 8 years old. I mean, now we have streaming platforms. Like through our TVs, through mobile devices, and so many more ways to actually get in contact with content that we want to watch. Just to give a little background on some of the major players and like their pricing. So Netflix is priced at $8.99 a month. You have Disney Plus that is priced at $7.99 a month, and Hulu is priced at $5.99 a month. Now, out of all of those, Hulu is the most inexpensive in the industry. Now, there's reasons, of course, for the buyer, that's appealing because we want, the most content for like the least price, and we all know that. Now, the bad thing about having, or possibly the negative factor of having the lowest price for a subscription is the quality of the content or the selection that is offered. I know, for example, Hulu, they don't really have a wide variety of action movies. I know, and like they really don't have family-oriented movies a lot. They're really just like more focused on TV, series and TV movies and channels that are known through cable. And, actually, let me like back up for a little bit. So talking about cable, so the reason why the industry or the streaming industry became so big, in my opinion, is due to the fact that cable is so pricey. I know for me personally, I have, I don't even have cable. All I have is, of course, internet connection, to be able to access the streaming entertainment industry, but also, I just have Netflix, and I only pay like $9 a month instead of like what average cable prices now is, like at least over $100 per month. And I know for me personally, as a college student, I can't pay $100 or over $100 a month to just be able to watch TV. So like going back, I talk about prices. That's one of the main keys in the industry. Of course, talking about like one of the factors that Porter mentioned is the bargaining power of a buyer. A buyer, it's great that companies compete in terms of prices for the buyer, because ultimately competition ultimately benefits the buyer. It doesn't. That's why it's so good in today's markets, because like every company is competing against offering the best quality product at the lowest price for the buyer, which is good for us. And so buyer bargaining power is a big role in terms of determining these prices of these subscriptions. I know maybe back 5 or 10 years ago, Netflix, they actually started out as a company that sent CDs or DVDs to certain families that subscribe for, I believe it was like around $20 a month, and they would get a selection of 4 movies or 4 CDs. But now, I mean, Netflix offers a streaming of their whole platform for only $8.99 a month, and there's a big a difference when it comes to environmental issues or environmental factors. So of course back then, like DVDs were, the common thing, but now, we want to be able to watch movies from home without having to get off a couch or going out to buy DVDs at an expensive price. So now the environment is totally different. Now, like, of course, with even a new, like mobile network coming out called 5G, it's going to be able to provide faster internet services. It's going to be able to support way more devices on the same network that we are connected to at the same time, which is just going to be even more growth for the streaming entertainment industry. And considering that the prices are relatively low, like a lot of people are being able to reach out to these certain companies. So like a little bit about Porter's driving forces. So, of course, you have competitive pressure through suppliers, firms in other industries, new companies, buyers, and rivals. Suppliers is an interesting thing when it comes to companies in the streaming entertainment industry. I know different companies fight for a different kind of level of content. For example, like Disney Plus is known as the family, streaming. Their content is mainly focused towards kids and families, and it kind of keeps it like a PG level, and it's better for families. While Hulu has fought to, so what they notice the issue with all these streaming, new streaming entertainment companies coming in and offering the same content sort of that they were offering, so they wanted to separate themselves to competition by fighting to have live sports now. So now Hulu has an interesting feature of having live sports compared to like Netflix doesn't have it. I know Disney Plus doesn't have it, and other factors like that. In terms of firms in other industries, I know, like one of the major companies that has entered the market in the streaming entertainment industry is Amazon. Amazon is known for buying products from their website and their delivery system, but they really weren't aimed towards providing a streaming platform to watch movies and TV shows. But now they have created their own separate like streaming platform, and now they offer TV shows that they make, and that's just more revenue for that company. And so the threat of companies like Amazon that's creating a whole new platform, a whole different platform that's in a different industry, that puts a whole lot more pressure on industries like Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus. Like Disney also is a company that has offered a streaming platform too, because they're known for, like attraction parks. They're known for, of course, the movies, but not really a actual streaming platform of, TV shows or series. And that privilege, that's a pretty relatively new platform that was launched, and they killed it. I think in terms of like today's world, they're ranked number 2 in sales in 2020 compared to where Netflix was number 5. And that's a big, tremendous deal, because Disney Plus accomplished all of Netflix's sales and in the span of 1 year, while Netflix has been doing this for many more years. Of course, firms in other industries is a factor. I know buyers, I talked about it a little bit, buyers have the bargaining power. Of course, companies like Hulu, Netflix will try to aim their prices in terms of what will benefit us the most, or aim their content that they provide that will benefit us the most. Because, in all reality of businesses, made to make money, and the only way to make money is to be able to support our needs and meet the standards that we want. So I mean, like it constantly forces these rivals or these companies to always compete for what's best for us. So they will, like they will come up with new ideas and new content to add, or I mean, what to get rid of, and like what they're not, doing right to hopefully, like acquire us as a customer. Um, so I do want to give my analysis on in terms of on three that I have and the three that I find different and have pros and cons, and how this industry always like comes up with new ideas and constantly like looks to see how they can benefit the buyer even more. For one, so like let's start with Netflix. So Netflix, of course, mentioned earlier, is only $7.99 a month. So there's obviously pros and cons to each streaming industry platform or company. So Netflix has a great selection. I know that they constantly add movies and new series today or every day, and I know for a fact that they actually create their own movies as well, or own TV shows through their platform called Netflix Originals. And I'm assuming that that they pay actors and different kind of studios to make movies that is only accompanied to the subscribers of Netflix. So only people that have Netflix can be able to watch these certain shows. So besides the excellent selection, they have a good the recommendation system. Like they really have a great system where like if you love a movie or it can sort of find out what your interests are and then make recommendations based off it. And 9 times out of 10, those movies that they reckon, so either the movies or the shows that they recommend will meet what you were looking for, or like make you interested. So the bad side about Netflix though is that it's not the most inexpensive platform to subscribe to. For example, Hulu's cheaper. I know Disney Plus is cheaper. So in terms of the price factor, I know if they were able to make their prices lower, they would be able to acquire way more many customers, because of course again it's to support our needs, and if someone finds a better product at a lower price, then they're going to go with that product. So that's why Hulu has made it, that's why Disney Plus has made it, HBO Max is pretty low there. In terms of Disney Plus, so they have a good selection, but they're they're the best platform when it comes to families. They offer the best family shows, the family movies. They have an awesome price. I know that for example, they always come out with a movie that is like literally just launched. So as soon as Disney drops a movie, it will be on the Disney Plus platform, which is great for us because we don't have to sit back and wait. Oh man, I wish I could see that movie later on, or like I wonder when that movie's gonna come out, because it's gonna be right there at the fingertips. And the only bad side about Netflix is that it has limited content. It's more aimed towards families, so of course they're not going to have rated mature movies on there, or anything that's that encourages violence, like in the terms of eyes or the perspective from kids. Now Hulu is the most inexpensive platform out there. They offer their streaming platform at $5.99 a month, which is pretty cheap. So the good thing about Hulu is that, of course, it's inexpensive, but it has a more of a selection towards current TV series or channels. It also incorporated live sports, like I told, so they can meet more buyer needs. And I know a lot of people that have Hulu or has the Hulu platform for literally just sports. I know I wish I had a cable option, or if cable had an option where it would only supply sports, that's the only reason why I would have cable, and that's honestly why I do not have cable now. So the streaming industry is continuing to grow, and I don't see it slowing down, especially with new technological advances. In terms of TVs, like many companies are planning to make the experience of the customer who's watching a movie even more enjoyable with like surround sound. So there's a lot of companies that play into just the streaming industry. Of course, the streaming industry provides all the content in terms of movies, even music, but there's also companies that are also playing in their favor in terms of creating better TVs, bigger TVs, surround sound systems, and in terms like that. So all these companies, it's not just the rivals that are providing competitive advantage, but also the environment of other companies with providing a better experience for the buyer. So that's all I have for the industry. The industry is not slowing down. Almost like I said, the industry is just going to get bigger and larger, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Thank you.